Hi, my name is Marin Petrov and I'll give you a walkthrough of Assista. So Assista is a power-up for Trello. So to use it, I have to first add it to my team board. And I can do that by searching for Assista in the power-ups for Trello page and adding it to my board. So let's do that. And you can notice that Assista already saw that I have a list in my board called doing. And use that list to configure it as my tracking list. Now, what does that mean? What's different about Assista is Assista takes a very different approach to time tracking. The way we are used to do time tracking is through either some kind of a start-stop buttons, where I start a timer for a task, and then I have to remember to stop it when I finish to work on a task, or by manually adding tasks to a timesheet at the end of the week when I can hardly remember what I have been doing on Monday, for example. Now, Assista works differently. You don't have to do any of that. Instead, Assista looks at what you're doing in Trello and determines how to actually track time for you and your team based on your actions. So you can mark certain lists as tracking lists, like here. I can change that if I want to. Right now, I'm only interested to track time for when cards are in this doing list, but I can choose many other if I want to. So continue, and let's see how Assista actually tracks time. So I have this record demo video card here that I'm assigned to, and we already configured this list, my doing list, to be tracking. So I can see that here as well. I can unmark it, or I can mark another list. And the moment I drag a card there and actually start working on it, Assista sees that and starts tracking time for me and that card. And I don't have to remember to start timers. I don't have to remember to stop timers. It's all automatic. Now, sometimes a team member might want to work on the same card as me. Again, Assista determines this and what to track time for by just looking at our actions in Trello. So if I add another team member, like my team member Ilko here, the moment I do that, Assista will determine that he joined working on that card with me, and you can see that Assista is already tracking time for him and for me. And the moment I move that card out of my tracking lists, like for example we finished working on it, again Assista will stop these timers and it will do that automatically for us. And here you can see we finished all these tasks with my team. If I open this task, finalize new logo design, for example, we can see what happened, how much time it took. I spent the most time on it, 1 day and 3 hours. Then Ilko, 18 hours, Marta, 2 hours and 30 minutes. So Assista saw all the actions that were happening around that and determined that this is how much time it took for each of us. You can also see these comments down there. Now, what are they? They start with the word Assista. Now, sometimes you might want to add or remove time from a card for a specific person. You can do that manually by adding a comment to Assista. Because Assista is a bot, you can basically talk to her. So you can start the sentence with Assista, add or remove how many hours and minutes, and for which person or team member. And to simplify it, we've also added this button here on the card where you can click it and add or remove time. You can specify on which date you want to add or remove time, hours or minutes, and you can type some notes if you want to specify what you're actually doing it for. So this is how Assista looks in my Trello board. on top of that, actually where the real power of Assista is, it's here in this button. So if I click it, I'll open my dashboard. And here we have three different tabs. One is daily activity, another is the timeline, and another is reports. So let's explain what they are. The daily activity shows me what I have been doing throughout the day. It shows personal information for me. So what I might be interested the most is how much time I actually worked today. It shows me how many cards I worked on, which exactly cards have been worked on. If I move a card to a doing list, Assista will start tracking time for me. And if I open the dashboard and see the daily activity, you can see that it actually shows me that this is the card that I'm actually doing or working on at this time. So another tab or another information that I usually go to is to the reports page. This is probably where most of you might want to look at when they're using Assista. So in the reports page, we see information for a certain period of time. So for example, for today, I can just see how much time I've worked on, but I can also filter the information and add more team members here. So I'll add all my team members. Here we can see how much time all of us took to work on which cards. And another great feature is this grouping feature here, where I can instead group by member or by board if I filter more boards. And I can actually see how much each of us took to work today. Now let's explore a different time range, maybe something that happened earlier in the year, this week on January, for example. And here we can see that how much time my whole team worked on each of these days. Here is an information about my team. Again, I can check which cards we worked on. I can filter by, if I'm only interested, for example, in the discussions that we did throughout the week. I can see that we actually only had one weekly meeting that week, and that was it. So let's not filter by labels. Another place where you might want to see information is in the timeline. So the report shows you an aggregate information about you, about your team, like how much actually our team worked during a period of time, or how much this particular card took, and so on. In the timeline, I can actually granularly see like what happened throughout each of the days that week. Like for example, here on Wednesday, I can go and explore that I started work in 15:45 more or less and finished at 5:13, and how much time that specific card took me. I can also explore what each of us did. So it's a very natural way to find out like what happened during that week or during that time frame. If I want to change which lists I want to track in Assista, I can do that through this Assista settings here in the corner, and I can mark or unmark a certain list and save that. Okay, so this is Assista in a nutshell. We at Camplight put a lot of effort into it, and we think this is the best time tracking software for Trello out there. Give it a try and let us know what you think. Thank you.